Hello, and welcome to my channel, Divine Disclosures. My name is Alicia, and today I'm going to be talking about a message that God gave to me through a dream. This message is for those of you who have been called to minister to people, and God has used you to maybe speak into these people's lives, to call them to be closer to Christ, and ultimately they rejected you, okay? The same as they rejected Jesus. And so in the dream, I remember I was standing next to a man. Now, this man, I felt as if I were like in an opportunity to be in a romantic relationship with him. And so, like, I was there, waiting it out, giving him a chance. And basically, ultimately, I'm doing what God's called me to do. And this guy is facing the other direction. He's not looking at me. He's not paying any attention to me. And I could tell it was intentional, okay? It's kind of like when you're with, one of those evil people in a relationship and they walk 50, 100 feet ahead of you. And they act like you don't exist, even though you're supposed to be in a romantic relationship. Shouldn't you be holding hands? Shouldn't you be talking, right? And it's like they feel like they're superior to you because they have spirits of pride. And that's what I was sensing in the dream. And so then this person abandons me. He runs off because we were in some kind of public place. Now, because I'm there, because this is what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm doing what I'm called to do. I care about this human being. I'm not filled with pride. I'm filled with patience, waiting for the person to, act properly, basically. And so I really care about, well, okay, the person's gone, that's okay, but is he okay, right? I care. And I look back, and all I see is like this box of darkness. And I'm peering into the darkness because I can kind of see the fuzziness. You know how you look into the darkness and it kind of looks like static? It was kind of like that, but it was so dark that I couldn't make out his form, okay? But then I got the impression that he was there, but he had ran off with another girl, and he thought that this was going to be what he wanted, right? And then I got a message saying that this man's been taken out. That's why it's so dark and you can't see him anymore. He's gone. He's been taken out because he was talking, okay? And so I woke up and I prayed about it, and God revealed to me that this man being taken out wasn't necessarily of this earth. It was more of they're in extreme judgment and they're separated from you because they spoke against you. They put their mouth on you. The Bible says, touch not my anointed, do my prophets no harm. And they chose to, not only reject you and abandon you and choose something other than you, but then to, make up lies and speak against you as if you were the evil one. When in reality, they're the ones following their own will and rejecting the will of God. And so, for whomever this message is for, this could be anybody. He revealed to me, there's many people in my life who he has had me give a word to, and they don't want anything to do with me. Whereas before, they had no issue with me until I started speaking out what the Lord was telling me to speak to them. And then they get all uncomfortable, like, well, you sinned when you were, 17, or you did this when you were with me. You used these bad words, or, whatever sin they can remember you doing, they feel like that disqualifies you from being used as a vessel of God, for him to speak through you. They don't like the fact that another human being is telling them what's right and what is wrong. And so he was bringing back to my remembrance this movie. Okay, and when I first saw this movie, I remember thinking, this hits home because in the movie, there's this girl and this guy, okay? The movie's called Buffalo 66. I had never seen it before until like the past couple years. It came up, and for some reason I felt the need to watch it. This guy, he kidnaps this girl, and he's very mean to her. He treats her like crap, and he makes her do all these things she doesn't want to do because he's so set on making things right with his family, trying to make his family proud. And then he has a plan for his life. His plan is to take vengeance on somebody. And so this girl he's using to try to get what he wants in life. And because he doesn't have any other way to do it. Like, she's got a car, he doesn't. And he like tells her what to do throughout this film. And you would think that the first chance this person gets, because she was kidnapped by him and forced to do all these things, that she would run away. That once she sees how evil and wicked this person is, that she would run away. But the opposite happens. She sees right through it all. She sees his childhood wounds, how his family didn't really love him that much and was kind of a screwed up family. She sees that he's never been loved before, that the only relationship he really had was kind of in his head, and he had a fantasy in his head, and it never actually happened. And so for some reason she really likes this guy, and she tells him this, right? And he's so filled with pride and all these walls built up to protect himself because he's ashamed. You know, he was probably raised in an atmosphere of shame. You know, his parents did not like him at all. And so he rejects it. He starts acting like he don't like her. And he don't want nothing to do with her, right? And I'm sitting here thinking, this girl is gorgeous. Okay? What guy wouldn't like this girl? Okay? And he's acting like this girl has no effect on him and he don't want nothing to do with her, and you know what I mean? And it's like you can see he's got some problems, right? Because it's not typical that would happen. And in the end, he has the temptation and the opportunity to go out and do what he wants to do. He has the opportunity to take vengeance upon his enemy. He goes out to do that, and then he resists that temptation. He resists the temptation to do the evil, and he decides to do a turnaround, you know, a 180. He decides, I got a girlfriend. I got a girl that likes me. Okay? And he makes the right decision in the end. And, you know, so it's supposed to be a happy ending, right? But in the case of some of these people in your life, not all of them accepted you. Okay? They chose to, when given the opportunity, the temptation from the devil, give into it. They chose to accept it and act upon that. And not only that, but they chose to be your enemy and speak out against you, against God's called anointed person. And so they're under judgment for this. They don't get that happy ending. They're not going to get it through another person. They're not going to get it through anything that they're aspiring to be and do in this life. They are in outer darkness. Okay? So some of you might be thinking that these people rejected you and abandoned you, and that they, you know, they seem like they got more things in life right now, but God is saying something different. Okay, so they are going to be in extreme torment for what they've done. So don't get that in your head that they've got it all great, because they don't.